Hello,
Hello,
my name is Taylor Moyen. What is your name?
my name is Louise.
Louise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's nice to meet you. May I call you Louise?
Yes.
Great, I plan to. So I am a therapist here at the clinic. I worked here for about 35 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I love my job. I've dealt with a lot of clients, and I really enjoy what I do.
Okay.
Can you start off by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I am 24, and I've been married now for maybe 4 years, and I have a 2-year-old son named Thomas. I am part of an executive management team at one of the local manufacturing companies. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your family?
I haven't really spoken to my family in the past year or so.
Okay. How about your immediate family?
Like my husband?
Yeah.
How
How is your relationship with your husband?
I mean, it's okay. We both work a lot, and have a son to raise. So yeah, I mean, there's the strains of that, but it's okay.
Okay. When you said you didn't talk to your family, do you mind if I ask why?
We just had there's just a couple conflicts that we had, and we weren't able to resolve them in a very healthy way. So yeah, we just my family just kind of.
Excuse me.
Okay. Doesn't really want to talk to me, so.
Yeah.
I think they were upset that I got married so young, and then I had a child, pretty soon afterwards. So.
Okay. And how did that impact you?
I mean, I love my son, so it's been a good thing for me. And sometimes I kind of regret getting married so young, but I mean, we all make mistakes.
What do you regret about it?
Maybe I just wasn't mature enough or stable enough. And so, I just didn't do the things, maybe other young 20-year-olds would have done.
Oh, okay. So how about your son? Tell me about your son.
Well, his name is Thomas, and he is a cute little kid. He's kind of a rascal, too. Gets into things sometimes, but like any 2-year-old would. But, I mean, he's also such a wonderful gift, so.
Sure, yeah. The gift of life, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your family history? Is there anything notable that might be beneficial for this conversation?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Maybe if you ask something else, eventually it'll spark something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, keep asking you questions and try to learn a little bit more about you. So, do you use any substance?
I mean, occasionally, I guess. But not, I would say, excessively, no.
What do you use?
I mean, wine, at the dinner table, and
Okay.
sometimes on the weekends,
How often would you say you drink?
A couple times a week, just like 3 or 4.
3 or 4 times a week. Okay. And when you drink, how much do you usually drink?
A couple glasses of wine, maybe. Nothing, I wouldn't say I get drunk, but just to take off the weight of the day,
Okay. Would you say you kind of use alcohol as a somewhat of a coping mechanism for maybe some pain that you're feeling?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we can explore that more later. Does your husband drink?
Yeah, he does as well. But he's a pretty big guy, so he can take quite a bit of alcohol.
So he's a heavyweight, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, that's good to know. So, tell me a little bit about your environment. What's your neighborhood like?
It's middle class, I would say. There are a number of families in the community, and a couple there's some young kids. It's not super luxurious, but it's it's nice enough for
Okay.
two people and a kid.
Good. Well, that's good. So, it's no crime.
I
or
wouldn't
things
say
like
it's
that.
unsafe now.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's good. Um, yeah. How about your work environment?
I mean, it's okay. It's a tiring job, It's not my favorite thing ever, but pays the bills, and I get to work with lovely people. It's just I'm part of a management team, and sometimes that can just get tedious and kind of boring. So,
What do you do, if you don't mind?
um, we just we kind of supervise the rest of um, the company and make sure that everyone is doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, and then just keeping each other accountable. So
Sure. Um, yeah. So, were you? I understand that you were referred here by a different your general physician.
yeah, I've been having some. I've just been very unmotivated recently and pretty sad, and I've kind of just been lashing out on Thomas, and so I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and so I can be the best mom that I can be.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about maybe these concerns you're having about your unmotivation or sadness?
Well, I just don't really know where they're coming from, so yeah, it just I'm not quite sure.
When did it start?
Well, I guess it really started about 3 months ago, but so it's just kind of been escalating since then.
Is there anything around that time, 3 months ago, that you can think that might have contributed to this?
Well, when I think about it, I guess it was 6 months ago, I had a miscarriage, and so that was a pretty emotional time. But then I thought everything was getting better, and then all of a sudden, it kind of felt like I hit rock bottom again, and now I'm just really lost and not sure exactly what to do.
Sure, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I affirm you for coming to seek help. That's a brave thing to do, and I'm glad you're here. I'm sure a miscarriage could be a really difficult thing to go through. Okay. Yeah, how did your husband handle the miscarriage?
Well, I mean, I think it's hard for him to relate completely because it's not his body. I mean, he was obviously very upset because we were both looking forward to having another child. But, yeah, I think it's just hard for him to relate to me because he wasn't carrying this child. So.
Sure.
But, I mean, it was a hard time for both of us.
Okay.
But he's doing a lot better now.
Good. On a different note, do you have any legal background?
Legal? Okay.
Like, have you had any run-ins with the police that have been documented, or
No.
you have a pretty clear
I've
record?
gotten a couple speeding tickets, but
Okay. Yeah.
don't we all?
Yeah, don't we all? Right. Yeah. Well, cool. So, what have been some of the most critical events of your life? It's a big question, huh?
That is a very big question. I mean, well, when I had my son, that was a pretty big one, and then getting married was also very big. And then most recently would have been when my parents and I kind of had the fallout. And then I guess I was in a car accident back in high school. But yeah, I mean, besides that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think those events have shaped you or impacted you?
I mean, they just have taught me what the importance of family is, and who actually loves me unconditionally, and just I don't know. I mean, my son has taught me a lot about just being, kind of selfless, and even though I haven't been super patient with him lately, but he has taught me that I need to be patient, and so when I'm not, I know that something's wrong. So.
Well, sounds like you've learned from your experiences.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about your impatience with your son?
But I mean, I'm not quite sure. He's just, I mean, he's a lot to handle after, a 10-hour work day.
Sure.
So, but
Yeah.
Yo.
Well,
You're studying.
so are you sexually active?
well, yeah. I'm
With your husband?
yes.
Okay. Would you say that you have a good sex life with your husband? Do you feel like?
I mean, I don't really know what to compare anymore.
Yeah. What I was meaning is like, is it something that you guys can connect with, and is that something that helps your relationship?
Sometimes, I mean, we're both so tired all the time that it's just kind of like tedious and like.
So it's not something
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
not
big part of your relationship.
No, I would say, and it's sad because we're only 24.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the prime.
It's supposed to be. Hmm. So, how about your physical health? Are you well? Do you have any medical or physical concerns?
I mean, like the miscarriage, that's something that I
Sure.
kind of needed to look into. I think it's just kind of like I mean, I could probably shed a few pounds, but besides that, not too much.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
maybe.
Do you have any history of mental disorder or mood disorders or family history of mental illness?
I mean, I think that my, maybe one of my uncles really fought through depression for a while.
Oh, okay.
So I think it kind of runs in our family, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and we'll revisit that for sure.
Okay.
So how about your education? Did you go to school after
I
high
did.
school?
I went to technical college.
Okay. What did you get a degree in?
Well, I got a finance and management degree.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you.
What do you do for fun? What are some of your hobbies?
I mean, I don't really get to have hobbies anymore. I'm taking care of Thomas, or cleaning the house, or after I'm done with work. There's no time for anything else. But
You feel like work takes up a lot of your time?
I would say yes. Yeah.
Okay. How about, do you have any religious, spiritual, or faith practices or?
I'd say that we're trying to get into a church maybe, but it's just hard to get up on a Sunday morning or feel like really comfortable with a group of people. So it's been difficult, but.
Okay. Is that something that you said you kind of want?
I would like that for Thomas.
Okay.
And I think that there's potential that it could really help my husband and I, and just our whole family, if we had like a support system. But yeah.
Is this your first time seeking psychological or social services?
I mean, I went to the general physician. But other than that, since my miscarriage, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if you don't mind me asking, why are you here today?
I mean, I've just been lashing out on at my son a lot, and I've been very sad and just unmotivated. It's just not healthy.
How have you been sleeping?
Not the best. I mean, I'm just even though I'm tired, it's like I can't turn my head out, my brain off, and just so. I mean, okay.
You sometimes feel restless when you try to sleep?
Yeah, but I'm so tired at the same time, so it's that's very frustrating.
And how about your dietary habits?
I mean, it could definitely be better. Yeah.
Yeah, well, earlier you talked to me a little bit about your sadness. Have you ever experienced what you would call anxiety or depression?
I think that's what, I've been on some medication now.
Okay.
So I think that might be what it is, but I don't know, I've never liked the idea of medicine, so to try to fix something psychological, so I don't really know how I feel about it.
What makes you hesitant about it, do you think?
Just that it's, messing with my brain. I want to be able to control my own emotion and like say I want to be like happy and I don't want to be sad, and like I feel like I should be able to control that myself instead of taking medication.
Okay. Have you had suicidal thoughts?
I would say yes, I have recently.
Okay. Have you? Do you have a plan to commit suicide?
No. I just have had thoughts of doing this.
Okay.
No plan of action.
You do have a plan?
I don't. No.
Don't have a plan.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to let you know that this is a very confidential space, but if it ever comes a situation where I think you're in danger to yourself or others, I will have to report that for your safety, of course.
Yeah, I understand this.
And so I'd like to be a part of that with you, and if you could be honest with me about those thoughts, I think that would be the best.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So that's sometimes some hard things to talk about, huh? And I just need to clarify some information. Do you still live at 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. And your phone number to reach you at is 999-111-3693. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, is there anything else that you would like to say?
Not right now, no.
Okay, well, I look forward to meeting with you and just learning more about some of your concerns, and I want to be there to help you through this. I thank you for being willing to work with me and seek help, and I'm confident we can accomplish some of your goals and help you deal with some of these things. So thanks for meeting with me today, and I look forward to meeting with you further.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.